The Supreme Court just locked AI art out of copyright protection forever. Karpathy dropped a bombshell that could change how we think about programming. Claude dethroned ChatGPT on the App Store. And Nvidia is betting $4 billion on lasers. This is your AI News Roundup. Let's start with a ruling that will shape the creative industry for decades. The U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear Stephen Thaler's appeal, effectively cementing the rule that AI-generated art cannot be copyrighted. Thaler, a computer scientist, has been fighting this battle since 2019 when the Copyright Office rejected his request to copyright an image called A Recent Entrance to Paradise, created by his algorithm. The Copyright Office determined the image doesn't include human authorship, which is a bedrock requirement for copyright protection. A federal appeals court upheld this ruling in 2025, and now the Supreme Court has refused to reconsider. Thaler argued this creates a chilling effect on anyone using AI creatively, but the court wasn't convinced. This means if you prompt an AI to generate artwork, you can't own exclusive rights to it. Anyone can use it. This could fundamentally change how artists, designers, and content creators approach AI tools. The work AI creates belongs to everyone, or perhaps no one. Karpathy, former Tesla AI director and OpenAI researcher, just released what he calls his art project, Microgpt. It's a single file of 200 lines of pure Python with zero dependencies that can train and run a GPT model. No PyTorch. No TensorFlow. Nothing but Python. This tiny script contains everything: the dataset loader, tokenizer, autograd engine, a GPT-2 style neural network, the atom optimizer, training loop, and inference loop. Karpathy says this is the culmination of a decade-long obsession to simplify large language models to their bare essentials. He even says the code breaks perfectly across 3 columns, which he finds beautiful. The demo trains on 32,000 names and learns to generate new, plausible-sounding names like Cayman, Violon, and Alarin. Sure, it's not ChatGPT, but that's the point. This is GPT stripped down to its algorithmic soul. Everything else in production systems is just efficiency optimizations. If you've ever wanted to truly understand how these models work, this 200-line script is your answer. And Karpathy isn't done making waves this week. He posted that programming has changed more in the last 2 months than in the previous 20 years. His claim? Coding agents crossed a reliability threshold in December. They can now handle long, multi-step tasks autonomously. This isn't about autocomplete or code suggestions anymore. Karpathy describes a fundamental shift from writing code manually to orchestrating AI agents that write code for you. You become the architect, the reviewer, the director. The agents do the typing. If you've noticed tools like Claude, Cursor, or GitHub Copilot feeling dramatically more capable recently, Karpathy says that's not your imagination. Something changed. The question now is how quickly the industry adapts to this new reality where the bottleneck isn't typing speed or syntax knowledge, but the ability to clearly articulate what you want built. Meanwhile, Anthropic's Claude has done something unprecedented. It overtook ChatGPT to claim the #1 spot on Apple's US App Store. This surge comes directly from the controversy over Anthropic's Pentagon negotiations. When Anthropic refused to let the Department of Defense use Claude for mass surveillance or autonomous weapons, and OpenAI stepped in to take that deal instead, users voted with their downloads. According to Anthropic, every single day last week was an all-time record for Claude signups. Free users increased over 60% since January. Paid subscribers more than doubled this year. The top 4 productivity apps on the store are now all AI chatbots: Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok. But here's the reality check: ChatGPT still has over 900 million weekly active users. Anthropic has a long way to go to truly challenge OpenAI's dominance. But for the first time, we're seeing users actively choose based on ethics, not just features. Finally, Nvidia is placing a massive bet on the future of AI infrastructure. The company announced it's investing $2 billion each into Lumentum and Coherent, companies developing photonics technology for data centers. That's $4 billion on lasers, optical transceivers, and circuit switches. Why photonics? Because moving data between GPUs is becoming the bottleneck. Optical fibers can support significantly higher bandwidth and lower latency than copper cables while using less power. As agentic AI systems like Claude's co-work feature start executing multiple complex tasks simultaneously, the bandwidth demands on data centers are exploding. Nvidia already acquired Mellanox in 2020 to beef up its networking. This Photonics investment is the next step. They're not just selling GPUs anymore. They're building the entire nervous system of AI infrastructure. AMD acquired Photonics startup EnosME last year for similar reasons. Even DARPA is funding photonic computing research. The race to connect AI's brain cells is officially on. That's your AI news for today. Supreme Court says AI art belongs to no one. Karpathy shows us GPT's soul in 200 lines and declares programming fundamentally changed. Claude rides an ethics wave to the top of the charts. And Nvidia bets billions that the future of AI runs on light. If you found this useful, subscribe and hit the bell. I'm Shrimpy, and I'll see you in the next one.